think that freedom of speech is free. Did you hear me? I want to repeat this again. Some people really feel that freedom of speech is actually free. Let me tell you something, it's quite the opposite. Freedom of speech is very expensive. And a lot of people think that this is a free thing for you to say certain words out of your mouth to certain people. And in the current climate that we're going through in the United States, you got to realize something. You got to realize this. You got to realize that you have to know how to talk to people these days. You got to have something called tone etiquette. Tone etiquette is understanding how to speak to people. How are you sounding when words come out of your mouth? So for example, if you go to the fast food place and say you order a burger and the person on the other side says, "What does that complete your order?" But they say it in a certain tone. So for example, "Does that complete your order?" is one way to say it, and does this complete your order? You see how both of those sound a little different? Tone etiquette. A lot of people don't understand this. And nowadays, people are speaking to people with less empathy these days. I don't know how you guys feel these days going on, but I see a lot of people are just doing their own thing. They're trying to mind their own business, which I don't blame them because we see what's going on the TV. We see what's going on through the media. We see that things are becoming so much more toxic around us. So much more distractions are all around us. And it's so hard to focus in on the things that really matter because of all of these distractions. And the thing is, we get caught up in these distractions thinking this is real life. Like the things with the celebrities and things that go on around the world, that's not real life. Lori, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm talking about just self-reflection right now, and I'm talking about life in general, freedom of speech, and how many people these days, it just seems like there's not a lot of nice words that come out of people's mouths these days. That's what I'm noticing, at least. It's great to see you too. But it just gets to a point where you realize you want to be a better person each and every day. You don't, at least me, at least from my perspective, I want to be a better person, right? I want to change the certain ways that I grew up with, and I want to develop into a better human being. Now, when you look on the TV and you see how people are treating each other, you look on the news and you see how people are treating each other. You go to the job and you see how people are treating each other. And honestly, it gets exhausting. It really do. What's going on, Cynthia? How you doing? I'm just talking about just how a lot of people these days, they feel freedom of speech is free. Let me tell you something. It's free for you to say the words, but understand something. A lot of people are going to make you understand that freedom of speech is quite expensive. And according to the fuck around and find out employee handbook, when you look down, you realize something. You realize, hey, time out. I got to watch my mouth. I can't just say these words to just anybody. Because the thing you don't understand is when you speak certain words to certain individuals will let you know you're not talking to me like this. You're going to understand how to respect, regardless if you don't like me or not. You're going to understand what respect is. You got people out there like that will say to themselves, I'm not tolerating the nonsense. You're going to understand how to talk to me. I'll understand how to talk to you. And one thing I haven't realized, right? What's up, guys? One thing I just don't understand is, this is one thing I don't understand about the world. If you don't like someone, right? Think about this, guys. If you don't like someone in the world, do you want to be around them? No, ask yourself that serious question. If you do not like someone, what is your obvious action around that person? Is your obvious action to stay around that person, or is it to mind your business and just do what you have to do? Which one is it? Mine is, I'm going to focus in on what I have to focus in on. If I know I don't like someone for whatever reason it is, I'm not going to entertain that person. I'm not going to entertain what they have going on. I'm not going to entertain whether it's ignorant. I'm not going to entertain it because I know at the end of the day, what's going on, Brielle? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. At the end of the day, people are going to say what they want to say, and it's up to you and I to create boundaries for ourselves so we don't have to be around certain individuals. And if we do have to be around them, we got to learn how to protect ourselves while we're around these people. That's one thing I've really realized. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. I'm just in here talking about freedom of speech and just the whole concept of it. The word freedom, free. People think that just because words come out of your mouth, it is free to say, which it is. But what I'm saying is there are consequences to the words that you use that you believe are free. And it's quite expensive. And depending on who you're speaking to, you may just have to pay the cost. So I'm getting on here just to kind of talk about that a little bit. And I hope you guys are doing well out there. Hope everyone's night is going well. What's going on, Bank? I think it is. How you doing? But yeah, honestly, like being around people that you don't like. If you don't like somebody, you honestly got to just find another space if you can. Think about it on the job. We all have people on the job that we cannot stand. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. There are people on your job right now that you could think of at least one person, and you just say to yourself, like, I can't stand this person. I don't want to be around them. I just want to do my thing and get away from this person. Because let's be honest again, not everyone's energy is positive. There are people with toxic, demonic energy. And when I tell you how powerful energies are these days, it's extremely powerful. There are people's energies that will permeate around the room. And once you enter the room with your positive spirit, you feel it. And you know what happens? You start to feel anxiety. You start to feel all types of feelings within your body that doesn't feel right. Because you're putting yourself in an environment where the energy doesn't feel right to you. You imagine certain days when, picture this, you go in a club, right? Or a lounge. Everything is cool up until certain people get into the lounge now or club. Now all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, something don't feel right. Like your heart kind of skips a beat. Your heart is like racing a little bit. You start feeling a little bit weird. Not normal, not like your common self. So now you're asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Sometimes this means the energy is off in the room. And I've come to a point in my life where I've started to realize just how powerful energy is. And you have to really listen to that voice inside of your head. Because sometimes that voice in your head is trying to warn you. It's trying to deliver you from something that's about to happen. You don't really get that confirmation inside of you yet, but you get little cues, little warning signs that, hey, something doesn't feel right. Something does not feel right in this place. That person over there has a hoodie on. Nothing wrong with hoodies, right? But sometimes you may get some kind of clue, like, time out. All right, he got a hoodie on and he got his hands in his pocket. He could be reaching for his chapstick though. All right, maybe I'm tripping, right? Yeah, maybe I'm just, my anxiety's going up. Listen, sometimes you got to listen to that inner voice in your head. If something doesn't feel right around certain folk, Sometimes you just got to exit. I've been in situations where I thought everything was cool, and then something ended up happening. And then I kind of went back to that conscious voice in my head, and I was like, I should have listened. I should have got out of there when I had the chance. Jeez. Like, honestly, we get warning signs. Our body tells us energy is real. Trust and believe. There are going to be a lot of people that will give off a form of energy when you meet them. Whether they're someone that you know, whether they're someone that you don't know, they're going to give off a form of energy, and you're going to feel it at certain times. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about that a little bit. But I want to thank all you guys, whoever came onto this live. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Have a good night.